And we begin with the story of the harrowing experience of the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Libya after a despicable hostage incident at Al-Abraq Airport. The team touched down Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, which was after arriving the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport on Monday evening. Recall that coach and technical crew were left stranded without food, Wi-Fi, hotel accommodation, and other logistics for over 15 hours as they arrived at Libya Airport for the second leg of the qualification of CAF AFCON 2025. The Minister of Sports Development, John Enoh, who spoke with newsmen at the airport, condemned the actions of Libyan authorities who held Nigeria Super Eagles and their officials hostage at Abaq Airport. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has warmly welcomed the safe return of Super Eagles to Nigeria. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President, Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the President said he is deeply moved by the inhumane treatment endured by the Super Eagles of Nigeria at a Libyan airport. President Tinubu expects the Disciplinary Board of the Confederation of African Football, that's CAF, to conduct a thorough investigation and recommend appropriate action against those who violated the organization's statutes and regulations. President Tinubu applauds the players for keeping their spirit alive despite the excruciating ordeal in Libya. Now, still on this story, Nigeria's interim coach, Augustin Egwavon, has broken his silence on the recent harrowing experience in Libya, acknowledging the incident as, quote, a sad experience. Egwavon emphasized that the team is not traumatized and expressed resilience and determination, focusing on moving forward and preparing for upcoming challenges.
Government of Nigeria, for the Honorable Minister, Senator John Enoh. Thanks to Libyans as well for letting us go, but it was a horrible 18-20 hours of experience, and I don't want to go through that. We know how football can unite the entire world. It's entertainment. But in this regard, for them to act like this I cannot really comprehend. It's quite unfortunate. There's no way you can play under other circumstances. If you were there, you would tell us to start playing back home. It was impossible to do. But I think CAF is human, and they will do their investigation and come up with a solution. Mentally, they are very strong.
And a quick update on that. There are reports that Libyan Football Federation President, in the person of Abdel Hakim Al-Shamani, has tendered his resignation in the midst of all of these issues. Now, this is according to the Libyan Observer, who said that the president of the Libyan Football Federation announced his resignation just yesterday, and he said, quote, that he does not want to be part of the failure in Libyan sports. It's a really sad one, Ibrahim. This Libya had played with Nigeria.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be the second leg where Nigeria goes to their home turf.
That's right.
To play the second leg. When they played with Nigeria, it was 1-0 and Nigeria won.
Yeah, Nigeria won.
And so it was supposed to be something that, okay, let's see how things pan out and see who qualifies perhaps at the end of the day. But this happened and Nigeria was kept, at the airport for over 15 hours. And then there are talks about, oh, it wasn't intentional. But how do you keep a group of persons? This is a diplomatic issue. There's a diplomatic side to this whole matter. There are those who are saying we do not have any ambassador who should have pushed forward the conversation, whichever way we want to look at it. Perhaps that is why this is happening. But do we have to have an ambassador for people to do things right? I mean, a nation is coming to you to play a game, and then you are supposed to have prepared for them to receive them. So what is that issue? Breakdown in communication? What is that plan that you left hanging and you couldn't communicate with these persons? You left them for an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Almost
8, 9, 10. Nothing was done. And you say it's not deliberate. Well, I don't know what else is.
Well, it's so sad that we're having our national team being treated with, that level of, it's moral depravity on the part of the Libyan, authorities, because it's so sad when you have a national team. It's not that they were there as a group of maybe whatever you want to call it. This is a national team. They actually represent Nigeria, the giant of Africa.
Absolutely.
For that matter. Well, people want to debate whether, Nigeria still holds that, but that's not the issue. Conversation. But the conversation is the fact that you know that, in fact, they are even meant to play against your country.
Today.
They they defeated your country 1-0. Maybe it was a slim win, whatever, Nigeria won. But then the fact that, the match is not scheduled for, you're scheduled for another match, which is supposed to, happen today. But then you are trying to frustrate it, taking them to, I think they'll have to take about 3 hours or thereabout to get to that location, if they have to travel on road. And, Libya currently is facing some tensions because of the fallout of the political.
Fine, if you knew that all of those were the issue, then you should have communicated with the Nigerian team.
What I'm even trying to say is that it's dangerous for the Nigerian team to be expected to have traveled the road to the next to their location. So it's really sad. So I believe that according to Guavoin, the CAF, the CAF will definitely look into this. They will investigate the matter and see what they can do.
But CAF was slow at responding to this matter. It
shouldn't have even taken up to almost 20 hours.
I mean, it was slow. It became an international issue before CAF began to speak. At the level, knowing that this is something you are championing, you shouldn't have allowed it sleep or allowed it to fester, the whole conversation to fester, till it become what it became yesterday, because CAF is in the eye of the storm. All eyes are on CAF as we speak to see how it goes about handling investigation and whatever sanction it will be meting out on Libya.
The team spokesman, Promise Efoge, actually said that it was deliberate ploy by Libya to frustrate the Super Eagles before the match. It was sheer desperation on the part of Libya. They did everything to frustrate us before the match. And I totally agree with him, because I don't understand why you have to keep a whole national team, keep them hostage.
But it's also a good one that the Libya Football Federation president decided to resign, because he had seen the handwriting on the wall that this is a failure.
Of course, it is.
On the part of the Football Federation, and he decided to handle. But that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be investigated to know the role he played. And whoever was part of those who faltered with regards to what we are seeing happen now should be brought to book at the end of the day. Let's wait to see what happens.